An update on the latest developments in the van build. We have our windows. They've arrived the other day in boxes. So we've decided where the windows are going to go, made the cutouts, primed the edges with rust preventer. Got the cutouts in the other side. Now, one thing we were aware of is that the Polyvision windows are absolutely flat, straight. There's no curve in it whatsoever, whereas the van is curved. And we were originally going to have the windows a little bit further towards the back than they are, but because of this upright, there's no flexibility whatsoever at that point. And just to show, if I put this, I don't know if you can see this, if I put this stick, you can see daylight at the top and the bottom, or the bottom and the top. Where I've cut, if I push on that metal with this flat piece of wood, the gaps disappear. But if I push where we were thinking of having them, there's no movement whatsoever, and we'd have had a big gap at the top and a big gap at the bottom. So moving them in, and there's only about 100 millimeters, it gives us this flex in the panel, and that'll be enough to flatten the sides of the van out against the windows. So yeah, be careful about where you decide to place your windows. Another little tip: the corners of the windows are radiused 75 millimeters, so set a protractor to 75 millimeters, put it into the corner, make a little mark on the vertical and horizontal line in the corner, then put the protractor back on that mark, score the panel, and again score the panel. You see what that mark is. It doesn't matter because you're cutting that out anyway, and then just make a line on the masking tape or on the van. Doesn't really matter, you get the idea. It's slipping a bit because I'm doing it one-handed. Once you've made a mark on the masking tape, you can just follow that with a pen, and there's your radius for cutting. Before you do any cutting, I suggest you tape up any areas where the filings can fall down in between bodywork and panelling, or anywhere, just to make sure they don't get stuck in there, and although they won't do any harm, they might just rust and cause a bit of staining. So just blank off all those spaces. Also done the same on the inside, so that any of the filings fall down and they will end up in the van rather than down in your panelling where you can't get to them ever again. Okay, hope that was useful. Cheers.